Hello everyone, this is Chemdork and welcome to another Minecraft video. Back in my Buildcraft world here, this is just right outside my little happy little home that I have not done anything to since I basically started building it. I mean, I still have this kind of like ugly dirt and stone is very general, yeah, but I like it. Anyways, let's kind of review what's going on here. I like how this Buildcraft world is working out thus far. We got an oil drilling platform, refinery, cactus processing facility, this central control building, which actually is only controlling the cactus processing facility at this point. Might change that a little later, but maybe. Maybe not. I still think it looks cool. And the quarry building, which is the newest addition, it's running right now and been running for quite a while, so it's nice and cooled off. I made a few changes to the cooling process for our power plants as well as the quarry. Basically, they're running on multiple pumps now instead of just the one water pump, and it works pretty well. So thanks. I believe it was I forget who you were, but there's two people who were commenting and helping me out there, and thanks a lot. I finally got down to doing it. So this is actually recorded after all those comments, just so you guys would know. But anyways, that's not what today's episode is about. Today's episode is going to be all about these things right here, these growing things here. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about the tree farm. Now, I have a wheat farm and a melon farm, and I'll probably automate those and just kind of put them in. There's a lot of people who've done that, and that's no big deal. Now, what Buildcraft allows you to do, though, is turn a tree farm, which is normally a very manual, intensive process. You got to cut down everything, then you got to replant everything, yada, 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 into something that is basically two buttons, and I get all my wood that I want. It's a semi-automatic tree farm. Fully automatic would be automatic harvesting once it grows, but I don't have that in place yet. It's possible I could make my design into that, but at this point in time, there's a semi-automatic design that I'd love to show you. And in order to do that, we have to go into my creative world. So join me as I go into the creative world and show you what's going on. Okay, guys, let's get creative. We are in the creative world, and here we are. So this thing in the distance there, as we come up close to it, that is the semi-automatic treat farm. Treat farm, wow. Semi-automatic tree farm. As you see, it's pretty much just a big box of water right now. Water currents going, well, here, I'll show you it a little bit. Water currents go to the center and then take transported items into that pipe over there. Right now, there are no trees inside, and I think the best way to go about this is probably just to show you it working first, just to show you how it will work, and then I'll go into how I'm going to build it. And we may not get to actually starting to build it. Well, I think I'll mark it out this episode, but it's going to be over a few episodes because it's kind of complex, especially with the wiring somewhat. It's a little bit complicated if you don't really know what's going on, so I'll try to go through that as best I can. But basically, in the end, you have two different buttons. You have a harvest button and a plant switch. At this point, it's just a lever, but it could be a button in the future. You just have to associate a timing with it. But for now, let's just turn on plant, and we'll see what happens. And you'll see that it starts to plant some trees, basically. It puts down some dirt, so that, and then on top of those blocks of dirt, in the midair, it places the saplings. And that's pretty cool. So now they're all planted. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Like I said, I could just have a timer where that just turns itself off automatically once it's done. And then we'd normally just sit here and wait for trees to grow. Since we have some bone meal, let's just do that. I probably won't have these doorways to go in here. That's only really for doing it this way. Let me just grow a tree. We'll do two. Do one over here too. And now that's the bone meal. It's a pickle here. And let's push the harvest button. So harvest away. Ooh, right. So as you see, right from the beginning, we see it's starting to harvest. It goes pretty quickly. The more trees you have in here, the longer it's going to take. But this is completely automatic. Once it stops harvesting, it will be all done, and then this will be all empty again, waiting for you to plant it. The best design would probably be one button for the whole thing, just to harvest anytime you want it to harvest, and that's it, and then it automatically replants. That would be cool, and I can definitely have that do it. But for now, that's it'll be a two-button system. So yeah, pretty cool. So here it goes. You get saplings and logs, and the pieces of dirt left over. Okay, it's all done, and there it goes. Now it's resetting itself a little bit. And that's it. And then you can go ahead and start to hit the plant button once again. So that's pretty cool. And that is the semi-automatic tree farm. So I think that's pretty cool, and that's great. And you can do that with the Buildcraft mod using a few different items, and I'll show you those items right here. There's this thing called what is it called? A template drawing table. There's the machine called, looks like the template drawing table, just only with yellow and black. That's called a builder, or a template builder. And then the filler. The filler, I don't know if you've seen the episode on me harvesting sand, but filler is pretty cool. Basically what it can do is, if we right click on it, has this interface here. You can fill this with a mixture of glass and bricks, and according to your pattern here, you can either have it completely fill in with air, completely fill in with whatever blocks it has here, or something in between. So if you fill this with glass entirely, and let's just show you for now, it basically shows this white box on the side, and when powered and next to a boxed in area, it will remove all items from that boxed in area. So that's pretty cool. The other thing, this is a template builder. You put something called a template inside here, and it will build using whatever items are here, whatever blocks are here. It will build a set pattern of blocks that is dictated by this template drawing table. Let me kind of really quick show you a template drawing table. I have a builder right here with a block design. So is there a template here? No, there's not. Okay, I need to make a template. So let me just do that real quick. Basically, I need some paper. Where's paper? And let's put it right there. And I think I have ink. No, I do not. I do not have ink. Huh, thought I had ink. Anyway, so I need paper and I need some ink, which is, there's an ink sac. I'll just use one. Oops. There we go. Put the ink sac in the middle and paper all around. And you have something called a blank template. So let's go ahead and put this blank template right here. Put it in here, and the arrow fills up. And basically what this does is it takes this area, this whole boxed in area, along with any blocks that you placed in it. Doesn't matter what type the blocks are. It just copies that there are blocks in that location, and it turns it into a finished template. In this case, it's template number 8. We can go ahead and, let's say up here somewhere. This is a good area as any. Let's put a builder, a template builder. Doesn't do anything right here. You don't have to put it next to a landmark place, but if you right-click on it and put this template inside here, it automatically creates this box. This box has the same dimensions as it did down there with the ChemDork-C. If I fill this with, let's just say, some lime wool. In fact, let's kind of fill it with a mixture of things here. I want to make sure that it goes through. Basically, it fills from left to right, so we'll have, you know what, let's just kind of do this. Yeah, let's do that and see what happens. We'll put a engine right next to it, and I think I need some power for that engine, so let me get some fuel. Bucket O fuel. There we go. And let's power it and see what happens. As you see, it starts to build RC automatically. Same design that you saw there, so it copies this image. Ah, there we go. So we got to the pink. And then as you notice, it disappeared. Notice how when it was done, the box disappeared, and now it does nothing else. So what we can do is, say we get rid of some of this stuff, and start it again, and you notice it doesn't do anything. Now we use these template builders. I use it in this design, which by the way, I have to say, this tree farm design, if I haven't said it already, I kind of put a text on the video, but right now I'm just going to say it. Not all my idea. There was, it's borrowed heavily from this design by, I don't remember the name of the guy, but he had a pretty cool design for it, and there's a video of his that I will link to in the description. So click that and go ahead and watch it. He has a pretty cool video of it too. It's pretty short. But as you notice, these are used to build our floating blocks of dirt and the saplings on top. The problem is that, and you notice this, if I go to start them again after they've done their job, they don't do anything, even though there's blocks here and there's a template here. What I have to actually do is take this out, put it back in, and now we can start build again. But of course, once it finishes, it gets rid of this once again. And so that's really annoying, and that would be annoying to have to reset it just like this. How do I get around it? Well, I do it basically by a few different things. I just don't let it ever finish. So in total in this design, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. So if I gave it a total of 5 blocks, it would build 5 blocks of this design and then never be able to finish the last one. So if I take this away and get rid of that, I'll give it 3 more blocks. You see, it still goes ahead and builds itself. But again, it never finishes, and this box stays there. So that's kind of the idea that I use behind the template builders over there, which is I never let these two finish, and I'll show you which ones I'm talking about. So these two down here, they're building off of the same template. The bottom one builds the layer of dirt. It has 9 pieces of dirt. In total, in the template, there is a 10th block that floats up above here somewhere that is never able to be placed because there aren't enough blocks of dirt here. So if I throw another block of dirt in this design, it'll totally break my design, and they won't really work anymore. Saplings, it can have as many as it wants because it's using the same template. It's just one above the other one. But of course, it needs a block of dirt to build a sapling on it, so it never finishes as well because it never is able to place that last sapling. So that's how I keep these running. The same thing applies for this over here, which is the filler that destroys everything. If this finishes, it will also not be able to work unless you reset it. So the key there is this last torch up here, this torch way up here. And let me go ahead and start a planting sequence. Let's just start a planting sequence. I don't have to have it plant everything. I'll just plant a little bit. That's good. And I'm going to go ahead and really quickly harvest. And so what I do is I have it linked to start this filler going until it takes away this torch up top. And when it does, it stops. It causes the filler to stop working, and so it stops clearing this area, and it never quite finishes. And if you notice, that's why I have this line of netherrack up top. It's easier to see if I go inside there. Let's do this. So you see this line of netherrack up top? I have this. This gets reset in the harvest phase. It actually builds out to here. And it's a different block entirely. That way I can get ferried up to here completely. And what it does is basically it allows the filler never to finish, because in order to finish, it would have to clear out all this netherrack. And it can't do that in time because as soon as it removes this torch, it stops the filler. But the problem is, it removes this torch, it also removes 1 or 2 blocks over here, and it depends based on what you have inside here. So I needed to make a little fail-safe system. And so we'll be putting that in place as well. I'll be going over that in a little more detail in our real world as we start to build this thing. So for now, let's just start marking out where we want this automatic tree farm to be, and then we can start putting it in the world. And I'll probably stop it after I start to mark over the area, so that we can just know what we're doing. Okay, so I'll see you back in the world. Now I am back, and it's time to clear this area. The tree farm will be in this area right here, and yeah, it should be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and start clearing it, and then we'll mark over where it will be. Okay, so I cleared out all the trees there, and let's get a better look at this. Marked out where the edges of this tree farm are going to be. The internal dimensions, that is inside this wooden wall, it's 11 by 17. That's 17 this way, 11 that way. Outer dimensions are consequently 13 by 19. And the water currents are going to be as such. You see these stone blocks in the middle. There's 2 blocks on either side. Basically, each one is surrounded by 2 blocks everywhere, which will allow, I think, enough room for trees to grow. I do hope so. I usually actually leave 3 myself, but this design's a little more compact that way. And they'll still grow. Even if every one of them doesn't grow, I don't care. It shouldn't be a problem. And the only thing missing from this design, though, is the ability to grow everything by bone meal, which I might put like a door in there or something, but we'll see. I might have it easier, but I have plenty of wood. I can always wait, and I can always expand upon this. And if I expand upon this, it's going to be expanded out that way. So, yeah, just know that. But anyways, down this center is going to be a water stream going either that way or this way, I can't tell. And along the sides, there'll be water source blocks along these sides that'll push to the center stream. So that'll be where the center stream is. And the machinery for this will probably be on that side. That way I don't see it from this side. Because it might take up a decent amount of the wall over there. But anyways, this is our base for it. I'm going to get rid of those stone blocks. I just put them there to show you where the trees are. So it's enough for 15 trees total here. That's how compact I can get them. And they should still grow in this small area. I can probably see if that'll be the case, but I'm pretty sure they can. Anyways, so yeah, let's get to it. So the first order of business is actually to create the water currents, I believe. So in right here, there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is going to be my channel right here. And I'll probably need to have this drop down after it goes this far. It needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then drop down again. So how about I have this end right here, which is, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just split it in half and basically have a water current go this way and then down there. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that way I won't have to stop it. It'll just travel where it should go. And then these water currents will stop right at the edge and it'll be perfect. Okay, that's what I want to... I can probably do it with signs and whatnot, but I'd rather not, because things might get caught on some... yeah. Anyways, so that's the start of it. Let's go ahead and put the water in. So I finished one side, I'll put the other side now. To do these type of water currents, it's easy to do one block here, skip that one, do this one, and then one in the middle will be an infinite source block. Basically, you create a mini infinite spring. You only have to do every other one, too, from there on out. It just sometimes gets a little difficult to figure out which one you just did. I think I'm right, yeah, okay. I think, is that it? Yeah, that's it. Cool. Alright, so this should work pretty well. So everything's going to go there, so no matter what we throw, just 2 blocks there, 2 blocks there, yeah. So they should all go to the center. And down there is going to be our obsidian pipe, which will suck up all the drops, which will be including dirt, saplings, logs, and yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. And eventually that special torch up there and up somewhere, anyways, and the perhaps some netherrack or some other blocks that I'm going to use for my other filler. So let me continue building this, and I'll get back to you. But until then, this is probably actually a good place to stop the video. This will be the video 1 of building the semi-automatic tree farm, which I'm pretty stoked about. So join me next time as I complete the farm, or at least complete most of it. I don't know if I'll be doing more than the 1 left over. But yeah, we went over how it works and what's going to look like in the end. And this is just going to be a slightly bigger and hopefully better version. Alright guys, see you in the next vid.